Well, our second segment of Talk of the Town will feature Dick Latson and Janice Stroop from Commerce Community Cares. And Commerce Community Cares is an organization that's been around for a good while, but Dick, probably be a good idea to talk about what you all are all about.
One of my favorite subjects.
I know that.
And we'd be happy to. We got our start as a independent organization after most of the same group ran the United Way Fund here in Commerce. And our resources became so slim and we were sending money out of Commerce to the United Way, the group decided that let's try our hand at just doing something independent and keeping the money in the community. So I think it was 2011, we disbanded from the United Way, and United Way is a good organization, nothing against it. They have their own fundraiser for the county, which benefits Commerce a little bit, but ours is a little more unique, that we specifically stress to our agencies that the money be spent in the community and for the community. So it really creates the same purpose in the sense that you give your money to one organization, and we divide that up between, I think it's 12 different agencies that come to us asking for these funds. We vet them, and then proportionally we divide the money out to them in the community. So it's a great way to support the community and with one donation.
And Janice, all of the money stays in Commerce.
All of the money stays in Commerce. During the summer, we request agencies in the area, the library, the food banks, and other agencies to submit an application if they would like to be part of our funding. And then they come in and we do an interview. We have a small group of our board members form a committee, and we do interviews with them. We talk to them about where the money, if they received funds in the past, where they ended up using it, because we want to be sure that they did use it that way. And we talk to them about what the future needs and possible uses for the money would be that we raise here in Commerce. And then we select the ones that we think, would best serve the 100% usage in Commerce, because we do want to keep the funds local. The agencies that we serve have been around in Commerce for a long time, and they've done a lot of good through the years. And I've been thrilled because I've got to meet a lot of the people that I didn't know through this, and just wonderful people that really care about everyone in the community. And as Dick said, you give to this and you give to the whole community. As a matter of fact, last year we adopted a motto, one gift for a better Commerce. And we don't care whether it's $5, $1, $1,000. It's all going for the betterment of Commerce.
But you have a goal, don't you?
Oh, we do have a goal. Yes, we do. This year our goal is $27,500. And we did not raise it. We were a little bit short last year, not much, but a little bit. And this year we're already 90% or better. We've done a better job.
I saw your sign downtown. As a matter of fact, we have, I think we have some photographs related to the United Way, and not United Way, but Commerce Community Cares. It'd be bad if we were talking about the United Way here with photographs for them. But it's Commerce Community Cares, and we'll get those up here in a moment. But one of those is, and here we go, that is I don't know if that's not the current sign. That is, but that's a sign that does show 27,500 as the goal, and at that point they were moving on up, but not quite to the top. But the one downtown now shows almost all the way to the top.
We are, almost all the way.
And do you have a deadline for raising the funds?
Our financial year starts September the 1st. We try to distribute all of our funds by August the 31st. And, should we be really blessed and make over $27,500, all of those monies are distributed that year on a percentage basis of what people requested. We don't carry over funds. We, use all the money. We drain the till and start all over every year.
So the additional money would go to the agencies kind of
Yes.
on a pro rata
On a prorated, yes.
basis.
Uh-huh,
Okay. We have some other photos up there. I think thought we might be going through some others of those, and you all can comment. This, it's kind of a little bit difficult to see from where we sit, but that's a board meeting that Commerce Community Cares.
Yes, we meet once a month on a Wednesday at the Chamber office. They're very generous and let us have that back room once a month to meet. And just a real good group of people just come in and, share their ideas about
Who are
what we
some of
want
the
to
other
do.
board members?
Well, of course, Dick and myself and Doc Pierce. John Walker, who's financial director for the school district, is also our treasurer. Alicia Halsey. I'm trying to think of names off the top of my head here.
I'll help you out.
Help me
as we
out
go.
there, help me there.
And we have Dr. Lavelle Hendricks, who
Yes.
people on the campus will know.
And Henry.
Henry Ross, Becky Adams, a lot of local folks. Forgive us, board members, for the ones we might not mention, but what's important to know is that every one of us are dedicated to this committee, to this organization, and to go back when we're talking to the agencies, when they come in to vet their agency to us, it gives us just a renewed sense of how much this community needs an organization like this. Dr. Dempsey, there's so much need in this town, and we're just scratching the surface. We wish that we could, we could use $500,000 a year in this town very easily. And the people that are out on the front lines and the food banks, the Boys and Girls Clubs, the people that are out there doing the work, it's inspiring to listen to them. And so it really fires us up. And we just try our best to come up with new ways. We have a little bit of problem with name recognition. There's so many agencies
Yes.
around town that have start with Commerce Community. So remember Commerce Community Cares, CCC. That's the organization that gives back to the community, that your dollar is spent, every cent of it in the community, and it helps tremendously. And so please remember us in the years going forward, and as we try to build this fund up, we really need to get it up there another $10,000 or $20,000.
We also work with the school district too. We
Yeah.
work with the health services department. We help them with some monies to get things as simple as Band-Aids, because school districts are short on money as well. We also work with Toys for Tots, and in December we give Toys for Tots and Clothe a Child their increments at that time, because they need them at that time. That's when they do their big, shopping, so to speak. And we've been very successful with helping those people, and they're always very, very grateful. That's the thing. They're just always so grateful for anything that that we do. We're going to be this next Saturday. CCAP is having a fair downtown, and Commerce Community Cares will have a table there. So if anybody wants to come by and talk to, a couple of the board members will be there at all times, and they can talk to them and tell them a little bit more about us in person if they would like to come.
And that's another example of what Dick was talking about. CCAP is Commerce Community Action Program.
Right.
So maybe you all need to get together around the table and work that out.
And before we run out of time, Joe Martin, going back to board members, I don't want to leave out our patriarch of the board member, and that's Gene Castleberry.
Gene.
Who has been active with this since United Way days. And Gene is a faithful and loyal member.
Well, and Jim Peak has been very active, hasn't
Jim
he?
he was our past president, and he had to take a new job, and
see.
so he passed the baton
I
to
see.
Janice here, who's doing an
see.
excellent job.
Let's see, look like we may have, there's Gene Castleberry, Gene and Betty Castleberry, I don't know if you can tell. That you all have every year you have a banquet a hamburger supper to say thanks to the people who donate. And I believe that was taken at that.
Yes, he won one of the door prizes. And we also showcase the agencies. That comes up in September, so keep your keep your ears open for when that happens, and come and look at the people that are on the front lines of this, and they have a booth. Each one of them will have a booth there to kind of showcase what they do for the community, and it's a great time.
And everyone's invited to that.
Yeah.
Everyone is invited to that hamburger supper. We need to get it advertised more as well, because we would like to have I'd like to have 1,000 people show up
You've
and
had
us
pretty
have
good-
order pizza.
But you've had pretty good turnout.
We have had a good turnout for
And
that,
Brad
yes.
Davis played at that.
Yes, he
last year.
did.
I thought we had a photo of Brad that we were going to go to, but don't know if we have that. Maybe now it looks like maybe it's about to come up. We're having a little bit of hesitation there on some of those, so we'll let that go. You all did something last year that I think was new, a motorcycle.
Oh, yes,
Ride,
our motorcycle ride. We've had a couple of them, and we're going to have another one. We're trying to center some of this around the bash. We don't want to take away from the bash or override the bash, not that you really could, but like our dinner is the week of the bash, the Boat Ark Bash, and our motorcycle ride, it will be the week of the Boat Ark Bash, and Henry Ross and Lavelle and Doc take care of that. They kind of do all the planning on that, and we will be advertising that. So if anybody has a motorcycle that they would like to ride, they are certainly welcome to come and join and do that. It's really neat when you're at the park at 7 in the morning and you hear all these motorcycles coming in from all parts of town.
And how did you raise money by involving the motorcycle riders?
They pay an entry fee.
I see.
They pay an entry fee.
They go on a long
And they go on
trek.
Yes, the last one I went on, because we've done a couple, we went up to Paris to the Harley Davidson shop, and I found a couple of Harleys I would have liked to have had, but there were people there saying no to me, so.
You ride a Harley?
No, I do not, but I would love to.
Yeah, you have your own bike?
No, I would love to.
You're aspirational when it comes
I'm
to...
aspirational. I do love motorcycles, but I
Right.
don't own one, no.
Good. Well, you can do that again this fall.
Yes, in the week of the Boat Ark Bash, we will have another motorcycle ride.
I promised both of you I wouldn't make you recite all of the members of Commerce Community Cares, but can you think of what is the most recent group that has been added, say in the last year? I'm putting you on the spot.
You are, but
Well, Script is an agency that took the place of Meals on Wheels.
Okay?
Yes.
And it's kind of a unique situation. They are based out of Greenville, but each year when they come in, we have them show us their documentation of the number of families they serve in the town. And it's a very important service in the fact that they bring meals to people, and they also provide transportation. They're government subsidized, but the money that they earn here locally helps them in obtaining their money from the government too. It shows community participation.
It's called Script.
Script, yes.
Well, CCAP is a relatively
CCAP,
new organization.
Well,
with
they're a
Robert
member-
Johnson, Bob Johnson, and they're the ones that will have the event downtown Saturday, and we are helping them out this year as
You
well.
do, so you provide funding for them?
The last 2 years we
Okay.
have.
And then the Chaos program for
Yes.
teenage kids. I don't know if
Yes.
it's all teenage kids, but most of them.
Most of it is, yes.
In the summertime?
And through the police department, yeah.
Giving them
And
things to do and...
Uh-huh. yeah,
A
and-
great example of how unique these programs are. This is a program that probably would not be able to be funded by United Way, because they don't have a charter, they don't, have everything you would need for documentation for someone like United Way.
You're referring to Chaos now.
For Chaos, yes.
Yeah, and-
But for us, they fit perfectly, and they do such a great job with these kids.
And that's done through the police
They have
department.
changed some lives, yes.
Yeah.
And Hunt County African American Leadership Council with Dr. Lavelle
Mm-hmm.
Hicks oversees that, and they've had several, rallies probably not the right word, but they've had gatherings at the park where they've done different things and had speakers the last couple of years, and we help them out as well. Sometimes some of the people, they don't expect but maybe a few $100s. I mean, they're very frugal. The people we help, their money is well used.
We're out of time, but if someone wants to make a donation, what's the best way to do that? Just very quickly.
Janice?
We have a website, we have a Facebook page, and they can look those up under Commerce Community Cares and find the contact information there.
Drop it by the Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce.
Very easy way to do it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
You bet.
Thanks, both of you, Dick Latson, Janice Stroop, and with Commerce Community Cares. We're out of time. That's Talk of the Town. I'm John Mark Dempsey.